Hello everyone, good afternoon, welcome to my live broadcast and welcome to my live event. So in about 8 minutes, I am going to be bringing on my great sister and friend, Lake Girl 45, who's known as Meredith, and she is going to be sharing her story and her journey of how she overcame domestic violence. So if you are watching this live right now, please tap on the screen. Please tap on the screen, everyone, and please share the live out. And when we tap the screen and share the live out, we get more people in here. So let me know where you are tuning in from, Lady Noah, and I hope that you are all, doing well after this hurricane that we had in Florida. So I'm located in Stuart, Florida, and we did not get hit. We got hit with a lot of rain and wind, but not the impact that the Gulf Coast experienced. So my prayers and thoughts go out to the good people out in on the Gulf Coast of Florida, Central Florida. I live on the southeast part of Florida. So welcome in, everyone. Please tap on that screen and share the live out so we can get people in here. And thank you for joining me today. So I have a podcast. So my podcast is Let's Break the Silence with Angeline. And my podcast is all about empowering women to share their real life stories of overcoming domestic violence and trauma and helping them have a voice, because we all have a voice and our voices must be heard. There is power in sharing your story. So if you are new here and would like to check out my content, check out my podcast, please go to the link in my bio. It's letsbreakthesilence.com. And when you click on that, you will see the tab there that says podcast. Click on that. And I am on Spotify, Google, Apple, iHeartRadio, and my YouTube channel. Hi, Light Cantina. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, everyone. So Lake Girl is going to be here in about 5 minutes. So in the meantime, as you're coming into the chat, please let me know, where are you tuning in from? Where are you live streaming from, if that makes sense, okay? Is anyone here from Florida? Is anyone here from, because the great thing about TikTok is that, hi Maggie, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? So, anyways, yes. So, hi Liz. Hi Liz, how are you? Now we got more people. And please don't forget to drop a heart me, because you will be in my inner circle. So, where is everyone? Hi. Hey JJ, how are you? Hello, Queen. Hi Lizzie, how are you? Thank you for the heart me. Please don't forget to drop a heart me, because you're a part of my inner circle. Thank you for the gift, JJ and Maggie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Gifts are very much appreciated. Thank you, because we support our creators. So yes, so I'm very excited to have Meredith here. She will be here in about 4 minutes. So I know Lake Girl will be a minute. Okay, that's fine. Got it. Okay, I totally get that, JJ. No problem. And thank you for sharing that. Okay, thank you for letting me know. So where is everyone live streaming from? And thank you for liking the live. Keep tapping the screen, because the more we tap the screen, the more the live goes out to the FYP. So thank you for liking the live, Liz. Thank you. Hi, Jenny. Welcome. Welcome in. Welcome in. So Lake Girl is going to be sharing her story of overcoming domestic violence. And I've witnessed her journey for 3.5 years. And we had the pleasure of meeting on TikTok when TikTok came out. It was like 3.5 years ago. And I saw her in a live. I saw her on the FYP. And we became great friends, and we're there she is. There she is. There she is. There she is. She's liking the live. See, she knows. She knows. So I'm just telling everyone that we've been friends for, oh, I got 2 fragments. Well, that's good. Okay. So Lake Girl, are you ready to come on? I have to send you an invite. So let me do that. Okay. Let me see. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me, everyone. Here she is. Okay. All right. I sent the invitation. And then what I have to do is, there she is.
And then you got to press multi-guest. Yeah, you got to press the expand on the multi-guest.
Got it. Okay. How are you doing?
Doing okay. Trixie, I let her out before the live. So,
yeah, that's what JJ was saying.
So that way we wouldn't have any interruptions with her barking or something. Let me out now.
Oh, no. Oh, I totally get it. Oh, no. No. What did I do? Oh, no.
You turned my camera off.
Oh, geez. I'm sorry.
The multi-guest button. There will be 3 slots. And you can choose the one in the middle.
Okay. Because, let me just...
It'll say grid.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Now I get it. Switch to grid layout. Okay. See?
There you go. But now you're gone. Did you flip your camera?
I did. But I got to flip my camera back. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, everyone.
That's okay. That's what I'm here for. I'm also a creative network manager. So with Infinitum here on TikTok. So that's my specialty, is teaching people how to work live streams. How are you, McBucket?
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. It's so great to have you here.
Yeah.
It's great to have. I know this is going to be very emotional. This is going to be a raw and real conversation.
Yeah. And I was so Angelina's been wanting to get me to do this for probably about 3 years now. I have a reasoning behind why not really talking about it a whole lot, even on my own platform, but we'll get as much out as we can today.
Okay,
so I figured Angeline will hopefully I don't know, we'll let her start, I guess. And
yeah, absolutely. So Meredith, we had the pleasure of meeting 3.5 years ago. I remember when TikTok first began, and I remember I saw you in a live on the FYP, and I jumped into your live. I decided to, come in and get to know you, and I know that you were going through, a difficult journey at that time, but you remained so strong. You're such a strong woman, Meredith. I know that you've overcome. I know that you've gone through a lot. We were talking about domestic violence, and you've always been a staunch supporter of my cause to empower domestic violence survivors, that, we have a voice, and you were always promoting my podcast, and my podcast is on YouTube. So actually this live today will be uploaded on my YouTube channel tomorrow, and it will go live on my YouTube channel. So you have a story to share. And I remember, always encouraging you, supporting you, and always encouraging you to share your story. And I know that you've gone through some really, really difficult times. So
yeah, and I think, when we started first met, you had caught the back end of a relationship I was currently in at that time. So you were seeing a lot of the raw go on, and so it was a difficult time. So when I was sharing your platform, and like she said, everybody does have a voice, but at that given time when I met Angeline, I haven't even found my own voice at that time. So I was sharing a lot of her in her podcast in hopes that one day I would find my voice so I could maybe help another woman. And the reason why I haven't really spoke a whole lot about it even on my own platform is because a lot of people don't really understand domestic violence, because the one question you commonly hear when it comes to domestic violence and why someone stayed as long as they did is, well, why did you stay? And that's the common question a lot of people say, well, just leave, just leave. So there's a lot of criticism that comes with it. And I think that's, for people that are watching, if you know somebody that is going through it, we need to start being a little more open-minded about what they're really going through, because I'm a person that has gone through it. And guys, I'm an educated woman. And it wasn't like I was uneducated with it. It was just because the abuse that I have endured in relationships, they psychologically broke me down. So to where I felt like I was absolutely nothing. My self-worth was gone. My self-esteem was gone. There was just so much that I have dealt with. It literally just took everything from me until I was able to gain the strength to finally get out of this pattern. And when I say a pattern, my abuse goes way back, guys. And believe it or not, I love my mom, so I don't even know where to begin, because, again, this is like a pretty raw story, and people, I think, need to understand, there are different forms of abuse. There's physical, mental, emotional. I've endured all of it. How are you, Cheyenne? But my dad passed when I was 10 years old. But to be honest, I don't really remember a whole lot, that was even good that came from my mother and father's relationship, to be honest. I remember, for when I was young, but I do remember a lot of arguing, and some things maybe we shouldn't have seen as kids as well. And then she continued a pattern as well. Throughout my teenage years, she dated men who were abusive to us kids as well. So that kind of followed into my adulthood. So I might need Angeline's help, because, again, guys, I'm sweating to death here. It's not an easy thing to talk about. I do have 4 kids. They're all grown now. My 2 oldest boys are with, thank you, Sabrina, well, I guess, how should I say this? Do we go way back? Where do we begin here? So, guys, when I say I have never had a normal relationship up until today. My entire adulthood life was nothing but abuse. It started in high school with my first high school boyfriend. We stayed together all throughout high school, and that's kind of where it stemmed from. And I never broke the pattern. I am almost 46 years old. I'll be 46 years old next week. And I would just say within the year, I have finally broken the pattern and found somebody that's, that sees me for me, loves me for me, doesn't destroy me. He's very, very kind. But I had to go through a lot of self-healing before I found that. But to even go back up in high school, my first high school boyfriend was very abusive, so very jealous. And I think that's really where the jealousy came along. I've sat at at the lunch table, for instance, with with friends of ours, and they're married today, this couple actually, and they stayed all throughout high school. And my friend Danielle had headed off to go get her lunch. I stayed back at the lunch table, just conversating, have a normal conversation. Next thing you know, I'm being tugged out by my hair out of the lunchroom in high school by my high school boyfriend that was on, he was on an athletic team, ripped me out by my hair, slammed my head up against the bricks outside of the school wall, to where his coach came out, actually caught the abuse. And instead of him being completely reprimanded or thrown off the sports team, they said, your apology. They handled it very lightly. Let's just say that. They handled it very lightly. There was no school suspension, nothing. And that continued on as well, because he would cry, do that kind of thing when I was younger. I can't handle, don't leave me kind of stuff. I can't handle it. I'll kill myself. Is what he would say. I probably can't say that live. Shit. I know that. Guys, back up. I'm telling a story, TikTok.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. It takes a lot of courage for you to share this.
Yeah.
To share your
so that's
story.
really where it began, but it didn't stop, Another time I was in his car and I said, I can't do this anymore. He driving erratically, stopped on railroad tracks and stayed there until a train about smoked us. And until I agreed to take him back. Then I, of course, me crying, I'm like, okay, I take you back, just so I didn't lose my life that day in high school. He stopped at an overpass, drugged me out of the car, and literally proceeded to throw me over an overpass, just to confirm that I was actually not going to leave this person.
Wow.
I did finally break away because I want to because again, there's just so much history here with the abuse. I want to break away from that situation because the only way I got away from him is when my mom moved me from Michigan here to the St. Louis, Missouri area. And then that's when I met my two oldest boys' dad. So he was more emotionally abusive. Got away from him. I want to skip him a little bit, just because of the fact, the most abuse I really actually endured was through my two youngest boys' dad, and then a man I met that I was married to for 15 years. And then this last one that spent some time in prison for aggravated strangulation of me back in 2022. And that's the relationship Angeline remembers.
That's the one I remember. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So again, my two youngest boys' dad was also the same way. So it was a pattern, guys. I never allowed myself to heal is what it was. So it's almost like a trauma bond. And it took me some time to realize what I was doing, because it took a lot of self-healing, like I said, a lot of counseling. I had to do a lot of reading, a lot of self-reflection in order to break the cycle. But I just kept continuing it with these men, and finding the same kind of person with my two youngest boys or kids'